What's going on, guys? Welcome back to your favorite construct. In this top 20 order, the order is not chronological. Yeah, that means because something is at number 20 doesn't mean it's the least best, and because something is at number 1 doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the best of all of them. Okay, yeah, so in this order, we are just literally randomizing the projects that we've done over the last couple of 6 months, and we've gotten probably our favorites, and we've decided to show them to you. So if you intend to build a house soon or to have your house designed soon, you might want to stick around so that
20 we have this beautiful 3-bedroom storage house. Okay, it's basically having 3 levels. That is the ground floor, it has the first floor, and then it also has a terrace at the top. Okay, if you're to look at this carefully, the plot is not quite big, so it's a small house, and the house itself also is also, let me say, we can call it a tiny house because it's measuring about 11 meters by 10 meters because it's seated on a small piece of land. This land measures 18 meters from this corner where I am up to the last corner on that side. It's about 18 meters, and on the side is about 24 meters, which by math is almost the equivalent of a 50 by 100 plot. But in most cases, a 50 by 100 plot is not that big enough to hold a storage structure. So of course there's another structure here, but that's not really our main focus for now. We are looking at this small tiny building here. It's a 3-bedroom house. On the ground floor there's no bedroom at all. There's just a living room, a dining, and a kitchen, and of course a laundry and all that. Then on the first floor is only bedrooms. This balcony that you see right here is actually a balcony for the masters. Yeah, there's no other bedroom that is having a balcony on this building. But my favorite spot in this house is actually the terrace here at the top. You can see there is so much that's going to go on at the top here at the terrace, but everyone can access it. There is a small something like a jacuzzi here, an outdoor jacuzzi. Of course, if you're to look at other views of the same building, you should be able to see it. But anyway, I like this modern contemporary design. Of course, it's a bit complex. If you were to build it, you will need really a competent contractor. Yeah, it's a bit tricky to pull off on ground. Also, you might want to note that on the ground floor, because there is the parking, that is one of the ways that we actually use to make maximum use of small pieces of land. Because if we incorporate the parking within the building itself, we minimize on how much space that we leave outside the building to act as both the compound and the parking. So you can see that for this building in particular, if we had the parking separate from the building, we barely would have any compound at all. But by incorporating the parking into the design itself of the house, it gives us more leverage on using the space as much as possible. Okay, then also this house is actually having a slabbed roof, so that means a lot of care has to be taken during construction. That means you usually concrete is not waterproof enough to prevent water from leaking right here, so you need to do a lot of waterproofing on this slab so that it doesn't leak in the future in maybe 5, 7, 10, 15 years depending on the workmanship. Yeah, but I love this house personally, and I think we did a good job designing this one. Okay, of course there are still more pictures of it. You can have a look at it, and I think we can now go to number 19. Of course, like I said, we are not listing these designs or houses in the order of how beautiful they are or in order of preference, but we're just doing random selection because design is very highly subjective. What looks beautiful to one eye does not necessarily look beautiful to another. Okay, at number 19 we have this beautiful 4-bedroom house. Wow, I love this house. I can tell you that this house in particular, I have the plan of this house off my head. It literally just wake me up in the morning and I'll draw for you the plan for this house because I've literally loved everything about it. Actually, this house is already under construction. Yes, our team is putting it up in a place called Chirachi Javijo. Yeah, it's quite a beautiful 4-bedroom house, and it's basically measuring about 14 meters by about 14 meters. Yeah, so it wouldn't definitely sit on a 50 by 100 plot. It would be too squeezed on it. It actually wouldn't fit. It would be comfortable to sit on a plot that is 70 by 100 or more. Okay, when I say 70 by 100, that is in feet. Okay, basically this house has a one bedroom, one guest bedroom down, and it also has an office down. Then it has a living room, the dining, a pantry. It has a laundry, and it has a kitchen as well. Then on the first floor, it has the master's bedroom, whose balcony is right here, as you can see. Then it also has a living room, whose balcony is also here. Then there is a bedroom here that also has a balcony on this side. Okay, of course, one of my favorite features on this house is actually the void. It has a void in the living room upstairs. Yeah, because there's another living room upstairs. There is a void, that double volume, so that while you are inside the house, you can still look over down into the living room, yeah, without having to pass through the stairs and all that, which is quite a beautiful feature that I've come to love and adopt to over time. Okay, yes, basically that's how it is. It is a fully storied house. We roofed this house with matebula, that is the roof clay tiles, and I think it's coming out beautifully. I believe that you guys who have been following it on this channel, you must be already conversant with it. Okay, yeah, but when it's complete, I'm definitely sure we're going to bring for you a video about it, so you can feed your eyes with it. Okay, at number 18, we have these beautiful single bedroom rentals. Okay, yeah, they're actually seated on a 50 by 100 plot, a plot that's exactly 50 by 100 plot. That in meters is 15 meters by 30 meters. Of course, they are spacious on the inside. They basically have a single bedroom, they have a shared toilet, they have a kitchen, and also they have a living room, okay, and a balcony at the front. Okay, of course, if you squeeze them a little more, you can have even 5 units on a 50 by 100 plot. The challenge with that is that they might not be very spacious enough, and also the parking might not be very, very practical. What I mean is that if you can see in this angle, the cars are parked at the start of the plot where the access is. If I could get a better view like this one. So if you squeeze them a little more, they might extend into this space and the parking might not be functional. So you might have yourself having to park cars right at the front of the building, which is not very, very convenient because people are having to park behind each other and it's difficult for someone to move out if people have parked behind them. Okay, but I personally love these rentals. It's quite a contemporary design, very beautiful, very simple, very neat, and I believe if you pulled these off properly in terms of construction, you will get a good quality of tenant to be able to stay in houses like this. Okay, yes, there's not much to really talk about these. They are basically 4 parking slots, and there's a small guardhouse and the toilet as well that can be shared by everyone else that comes within the premises. If someone has come to slash grass and all that, they still have a toilet that they can always go to. Okay. And at number 17, wow, we have this beautiful 4 bedroom house with 2 living rooms. One living room on the ground floor and another living room on the upper floor. This balcony you see here is a balcony for the living room on the upper floor, and this balcony you see here is the balcony for the living room on the ground floor. This is a balcony on the kitchen, and this is a balcony on the master's bedroom, because this is also one of the favorite houses that we've designed most recently. Okay, this project is also under construction. We are doing this in a place also that is called Chirap. Okay, yes, those who are stuck on this channel, very soon in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, we'll be giving you an update on the construction of this project. I told you, and I always tell you, that we focus so much on pulling off the design on ground, just just the way it looks in the drawings, which is something that is lacking a lot in our construction industry. But on this house particularly, one of my favorite spots is this. If I could get a better view of it, is right here. There's also a parking for just one car on the ground floor that is right below the study. Right as you see here, which is my favorite spot, there's a study that corners from here and goes to the other side. Then there's a balcony that's like an L. It faces the front and also on the side as well, which gives you that almost 270 degrees view of the compound and all that. This house definitely fits on a 100 by 100 piece of land, but it also can fit on a 70 by 100 piece of land, but it wouldn't be as comfortable as it is if it were on a 100 by 100 piece of land. Okay, yeah, this is a very beautiful design. We look forward to doing more and more designs like this in Uganda. As you can see, very beautiful. Every concept has been blended in so well together with each other. There's a mix of this and that, and it all comes out beautifully. Okay. These are some of the designs that never really make it to our channel in terms of displaying the videos on the screen, or discussing with you the plans and all that, the basically the floor plans and all that. But this is also one of the favorite designs that we've done in 2025. This house is actually sitting on a plot that is 20 meters from the west to the east, and also it's measuring 40 meters. So there's a lot of frontage. Okay, so besides parking of cars, there's still a lot of space for compound and recreational activities. Okay, this house is a semi-storied house, but it's actually having 4 bedrooms, and also has a maid's room, and also has an office. It has 2 balconies. One balcony is on the living room, another balcony is on the dining. Actually, there are 3 balconies. And at the back of the house, there is another balcony. So this is a balcony that is on the dining, facing to this direction. And then the dining is right in this space that you can see here. Then the living room is in that space that you can see here. And there's a bedroom here. There is another balcony here that is for the master's bedroom, which is also facing at the front of the property. Okay, so as you can see here, I can just show you around several corners of this house. One of my favorite aspects of this house is the fact that it's actually semi-storied, which means not fully storied. Okay, that gives you a bit of privacy and exclusivity. It gives exclusivity and privacy for those who are actually on the first floor. This was done on purpose, that the master's bedroom is in a private space, and there's not other many balconies that are looking into the master's bedroom. Okay, so though there is this other small French balcony, it does not have as much exclusivity or as much beauty as the one that is on the master's bedroom. But I love the whole design. I love how it has been optimized to make use of the land, and also optimize costs as much as possible. Okay, because slab work costs a lot of money. Even though roofing costs a lot of money, slab work is a little more expensive than just having it roofed off. Okay, yeah, so this is quite a beautiful design. Even we're actually building this house in a place called Sechiwunga, that is in Akrite, Bwewaja. So if you stay glued to this channel, you definitely see a video on this house, either towards the completion or during the construction at a particular stage. A lot of our projects never make it to the internet because we intend to keep the privacy of our clients' work and clients themselves, which is actually one of the reasons why we are not displaying the plans for these projects. Okay, but this is quite a beautiful house, and I know that everyone that has a taste of class will definitely love staying in a house like this. Okay, this is my favorite of the projects that we've done, but this one right here is one of my favorite projects that we've handled over the last couple of months. It is very beautiful. It's a 3 bedroom, very spacious bungalow. And actually, this project was done for a client in Kenya. The place, I'm not quite sure of the name. I can't even pronounce the place, but I'll just show it to you on the screen. It's called Ndiwa Sub-County, Homa Bay County. Maybe Kenyans can read it better, and they also know that place in particular. Yeah, but this is a very spacious, big bungalow that was designed basically for family living, right? This is quite an extended family. They are okay with being in each other's spaces, and the shared spaces are actually very spacious. In fact, if you are to look at the rest of the pictures for this house, you realize it was built on a very large piece of land. Of course, it also has boys' quarters, but you can see that the land is very huge, and there are several balconies on the house itself. There's a balcony on the master's bedroom. There's a balcony right here, if you can see properly, a balcony on the dining space. Also, there's a balcony at the back on the kitchen, as you can see. Yeah, this is quite a very beautiful bungalow. And I believe, though I don't know, I can't pronounce the name of the place in Kenya properly, but I'm sure that did a very, very beautiful job there. Actually this project is already under construction in Kenya. Yeah, we keep getting updates on how far the project has gone and all that. My biggest plea is that the engineers there, the builders there, have the acumen enough to bring it out exactly as you put it on the paper. Okay, this is a very, very beautiful project. But before you say it's a very beautiful project, let's wait for number 14 and see what number 14 has to offer for us. Beautifully designed block of apartment. Okay, this is very beautiful, very simple, very elegant, and yet classy. Okay, so if you're to look at this apartment, on the right side we have 2-bedroom units, on the left side we have 3-bedroom units. Okay, as you can see on my screen, this we designed this project, this apartment, to sit on a 50 by 100, actually 50 by 140 piece of land. Okay, that is 50 feet on the narrow end, and then on the longer end we have 140 feet. Okay, one of my favorite things about this design was actually the plan, how we were able to pull off the plan to fit so much into what the client requires or envisions for the apartment to look like, and also thinking about the people who are actually going to live in this apartment. This was a very beautiful thing. Actually, I'm yet to show you the plan of it in just a few. If we are just to look at the 2-bedroom alone, you can see that we had the living room. Of course, we enter the apartment from this point, and then you have a living room on your right and you have a dining on your left. There's a pantry, there's a kitchen that is properly carved, there's a balcony at the back, there's a space for a laundry machine. The master bedroom is self-contained with a balcony at the front, and also the other bedroom is sharing a bathroom with every other guests. Okay, I love how we were able to put all these things together in a very compact space and make sure that there is no space at all that is being wasted. Okay, this is very beautiful. Privacy was very much highly considered. I wish I could show you the 3D to show you into the inside of this apartment, but I can tell you it was so beautifully put. Okay, 13, we have this, how can I describe it, this very simple 3-bedroom bungalow. One of the things that I like about this house is how simple it is, how simple and small it is. But for me, of course, having a house that is really this simple, that is not very big and not too small, that really just gives you everything, is really that deal closer for me. Okay, of course, as you can see, it's really a simple house, very practical to build. This one, many people can be able to actually build it. It's not very complicated, as long as someone has that ability to interpret the plan and put it on paper. This should be just doable by a lot of many people, even people who are not exactly engineers. Okay, yes, one of the best things about this plan, I'm actually going to show it to you in a bit. For this one, I think I can show you the plan of it. Okay, this is a bonus for all those who have watched the video up to this far. Okay, this is basically the living room. You have a bedroom here and a bedroom here. They are both sharing this bathroom. Of course, even if guests come around, they can come and share on this bathroom. Then the master's bedroom is here, really simple. The master bathroom is spacious enough, just enough. The master bedroom is here, the small balcony at the front. The kitchen is closed off from the dining for those who don't want the smell of food, not the smell, okay, the scent of food actually crossing in from the kitchen into the dining space or into the living room. This will be your perfect way of putting things together. Okay, I just love how everything was simply put and compacted. This is actually a plan that can fit on a 50 by 100 plot of land. Okay, so I believe you've had to enjoy it. This very plan that I've just showed you, okay, we have actually gone further and designed it differently, but to give it a feel of having the open plan concept. Like you can see, the living room is still in the same spot. Then on this side we have the dining that is also in open plan with the kitchen. In this scenario where there is one bedroom here, another bedroom here, the toilet and shower are different, so that during peak hours, for example during early in the morning when everyone is rushing to go to work or to school. When someone is using the toilet, another can be using the shower. Okay, when someone is using the shower, another can be using the toilet, and vice versa. Okay, and also the master's bedroom has also been kept as simple as it should be. And also this time the balcony to the back of the house is not through the kitchen but through the dining, with a large door that brings in light from that direction as well, as you can see on my screen. I think this has been one of my favorite ways of putting and as well, as you can see, there is also a pantry right here in the kitchen. This, to put it simply, it's really just minimalist and just enough for what any starter family needs for a house. Okay, and finally, I love that has been people's favorite on this channel. For those who've been following this channel for quite some time, you realize that this house has gotten a lot of views, a lot of good comments, a lot of likes. It's actually a project we are currently constructing in a place called Kasangati. Yes, as you can see the videos on the screen, I'm going to be able to project the videos of the progress on the screen. But yes, that's what it is. It's basically 4 bedrooms and also has 2 servant quarters, and also it has an outside kitchen that is literally detached from the outside kitchen environment is detached from the main house, that such that there is a bit of a privacy wall that's between the house and also the servant quarters as well, which is quite a beautiful concept that I think we might want to explore more in the future. Okay, yes, my favorite spot on this house is the parking of the house. If you can see properly, let me just get a picture that you can gauge from. I like how this parking has been beautifully blended with the rest of the house, and also how cars can be kept safe right under this umbrella, and the paint doesn't have to keep peeling off, and it kind of blends in so well with the house. But also, most importantly, for those of you who followed our projects for quite some time, you know how much I love these cantilevers. A cantilever means something, usually a horizontal member, which is these beams here, that is supported on one end and hanging freely on the other. So like you can see here, there's a pillar here, and then this part is literally hanging by itself. It takes quite a bit of engineering to pull that off, but I love it because it's what gives me the thrill during construction. Okay, yes, I think that's it. This is also number 1 for this category. Also, because the videos might be too long, we are splitting this video into 2 parts. So from number 10, we are going to do another video that counts down from 10 and to finally number 1. Okay,